Cheers
Cheers.
on a nice podcast.
Finally.
Let's see if we get cancelled.
Yeah, hopefully not. So I have some questions here, and then we just go from there.
Yeah.
Go from there. And yeah, let's see what we get. And yeah, cameras are there. Let's say hi to the cameras.
Hey guys.
So time for the next podcast episode. Today we have a guest from Germany, a local man, colleague, good friend, Björn Hebach.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the interview. How do you feel? I heard that this is your first interview or podcast.
It's literally my first interview or podcast, however you want to call it. And yeah, I'm still a bit nervous because it's a new experience, but let's see where we go.
All right. That's good. That's good. And like I said, we don't have to talk only about cars. We talk about life and life lessons, and we can talk about deep stuff too. Just remember, this goes to YouTube. And if we find some good topics we would like to discuss more, then we just dive deeper into it.
Just hit me.
Yeah. But I think there is quite natural stuff we can talk about first, because you are the number one or like first guest from Germany. So would you like to explain like where about in Germany you come from, and where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a small town which is close to the industrial area of Germany, which is North Rhine-Westphalia, and my town is called Lippstadt, which is 30 kilometers from Paderborn, 60 kilometers from Dortmund. When people start to watch on Google Maps, they maybe find it. But I grew up there as a normal child.
Yeah.
Easy life, normal life, nothing special, just a little bit wild as a child, but yeah.
Awesome. So quite close to the big cities like Dortmund, but still far away. The countryside would be fair.
Yeah, it was a little bit more countryside. You still have everything accessible pretty easy, even by walking, but it was not considered as a big city.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Could you turn this one a bit towards yourself?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks. So you are from countryside and you still live in the countryside. How would you describe your like childhood? You said that it was sometimes wild, but what were you doing at the German countryside?
Yeah,
what were like basic activities for you?
I mean, so it was not actually countryside. So it was considered as a small city, but not as big as Berlin, for example. Berlin is huge.
Yeah.
But so I grew up and I was the only German child in my area. So we had a lot of migrants there, like from Bosnia-Herzegovina, from Serbia, Croatia. Already this trio was a little bit difficult, and Turkish people, Greek people, like whole Europe, Albanians. With those kind of people I grew up, and I was the only German child. So every time in the office, for example, people are telling me, you're not German, you're not typical German. So because this is how I grew up, with a lot of influence from other, let's say, cultures.
Okay. But it seems like you are like, it seems like for me that you are used to like being with international people and people from overseas. So
yes, of course.
Working in international environments shouldn't be a problem for you.
No, not at all. I mean, I grew up like this. So for me, it was usual to have different cultures around me. So also different kind of behaviors and reactions to different kind of topics. So for me, it's completely normal. But in case of wild times was, when you have so many different cultures, and then of course the typical stereotype with Italians, so they have a lot of temper. Then you have the Spanish there, they do siesta, and it's just insane to grow up like this. So it's influencing you as well.
Yeah.
So in case of wild times, how can I describe this? We did a lot of bullshit. Literally a lot of bullshit. Mostly it was like, how can I say this? At the end of the day, the police was coming over and they were saying, okay, Björn, you're the German. Please talk to your friends.
Okay.
But yeah, it was wild.
Awesome. Still talking about your childhood, like how was your family home? You are from a German family in the end,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Uh, yeah. How was your family home? How is it growing up in a German family?
I mean, my parents were living an easy life. So also depending on that, they didn't had enough, not much money. So, and I realized this actually pretty early as a child. So also when we go deeper in this, I had to. So just imagine the stereotype. Okay, you have a child. You go to the supermarket. I want this. I want that. Like
Yeah.
the typical stereotype how children are
Yeah.
complaining
Yeah.
about. I want to have stuff.
Everything. Yeah.
And very early, I realized, okay, my parents don't have so much money. And I don't want to make them sad when
Yeah.
I ask them I want this, but they don't want to disappoint me to say no. So I just don't even ask that question. So I basically, yeah, realized very early, okay, we are not that financial stable, but I still had a very lovely and good childhood. So as much as my parents could achieve me things or give me stuff that I wanted in
Yeah.
general, they could make it, but I was never asking for stuff. I was pretty humble, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. When talking about your childhood, did you have like any special interest as a child, if you think about it, like where you're into something you are maybe into now, or
Oh man,
what fascinated you when you were young?
when I was a child, so my father was always since I can think of driving a Ford Capri.
Ford Capri.
Yeah, he had seven of them. Like
Seven.
I don't know any other car than this that he was driving, and I grew up with this. So in the early stages, I think I was 3, 4 years old. So my mother's always telling that story. So the car was parking on the side of the road, and there were four legs looking out, two long ones and two short ones. So me and my father were underneath, and he was asking me for 30 millimeter wrench. I gave him a hammer. No, 30 millimeter wrench. I gave him a plier, and then like 5, 6, 7 times later, I gave him the correct tool. So this is how everything started. Every Sunday we went for a test drive or just a cruise. Then we washed the car, and then we went on a parking lot somewhere, and I was sitting on his lap and I was steering
Okay.
in a 1982 Ford Capri without power steering and way too wide tires. So for me as a child, it was hard to turn. So at some point, my father helped me as well. Sometimes he scammed me, like he was just accelerating. There was a tree coming. Basically, we were going towards the tree, and at the last moment, he grabbed the steering wheel and scared me with that. But
Okay.
this is how our Sundays was. So basically, cars was always a thing. Always. I think I had 400, 500 Matchbox Hot Wheels cars.
Okay.
So cars always. And apart from that, just playing a little bit for football or soccer, however you want to call it, but not officially in a proper football team or something like this. It was just playing with friends, but the main thing was always cars, always.
Okay. Yeah. That's quite cool to hear because, well, no one knows it yet, but you are actually like a proper car guy. We get back to that one later, but yeah, I was sure that we find it from somewhere from the childhood.
Yeah,
And
look,
it sounds like
this
you have some happy memories from there.
yeah, this is basically I always complain. So when stuff is not going in the way that I want to, sometimes I call my parents and I ask them why the hell you gave me that hobby, or like
Yeah.
why I couldn't just collect ladder stamps. It would be less struggle and probably much cheaper. I mean, there are also ladder stamps which cost a fortune, but no, it's from them. I have this hobby and this disease, I call it, from my parents, specifically from my father.
Then when I would like to ask something about Germany because you are a German guy, and I've asked previous guests also like what's special about their home country. So how would you like describe Germany, the culture? What do you enjoy about it?
Oh, this is hard because you have so many different cultures in Germany already. Like you go to Bavaria and it's completely different to Hamburg. You go to Berlin, it's also completely different to North Rhine-Westphalia, where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And then in these kind of districts in North Rhine-Westphalia, you go to Sauerland, which is close to my hometown, and the people there, or the culture effects there, is different than in Cologne. Cologne is a different thing.
Yeah.
So, but in general, I would say Germans are introvert.
Introvert, okay.
Mostly introvert. Also, when they, so you see a German on the street and you ask them in English, where's the next bus station?
Yeah.
They can speak probably good enough English that you understand them, but they are too shy and too introvert to say, okay, yeah, here you have to turn left there, and then you go straight, or go over the cross there. So, apart from that, what I would suggest everyone who's living in Germany and coming from a foreign country is we have a lot of beautiful places here. So for me, even me as a German, I don't need to see Dubai. I don't need to. There's so many other different places, even here in Germany and in Europe in general, which I would visit first. We have so many beautiful culture things that I would like to see first before I travel the rest of the world.
If you had to if you had to simplify things a bit and make some generalizations and stereotypes of different areas in Germany, and to describe for a person, for example, who has never been in Germany, how would you describe the areas, like, for example, west, some area there, one place in east, and then north, and then south, like Bavaria?
Okay, in the area where I'm coming from,
that's like towards the
it's more to the west. It's more to the west, industrial. It's basically the industrial heart of Germany.
Because it's next to the river, right? Next to Rhine.
Yeah, next to the river as well. And there, they are pretty, let's say, straightforward. They tell you things straight in your face. Even if you get offended, they don't care. I mean, at the end, you are getting offended, so it's your problem. North Germany, they are more polite, I would say, but they have a different kind of attitude and way to talk. Berlin is open-minded.
Yeah.
Berlin is completely open-minded.
Techno scene.
Yeah, apart from that, we also have some techno clubs. Yeah. I mean, basically the second Berghain, Berghain, if people don't know this, Berghain, the famous club in Berlin. There's also a second Berghain in Germany, which is in Cologne, which is Bootshaus.
Oh, okay.
We went there already with Rafa, Juan, Agostina, Borja. Luis was even there.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a quite fun night. But so Berlin is very open-minded, and Bavaria, man, some Germans don't even understand Bavarians. Like the real old school Bavarians, you don't understand them when they really start. But also for Baden-Württemberg, it's the same. When they start to talk Schwäbisch, you don't understand them.
Yeah, but from Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg, they have some cars coming out from there. So BMW from Bavaria, and then Stuttgart, that's
Baden-Württemberg, yeah.
Yeah, so they have like Mercedes-Benz and Porsche.
Yes.
So they have that kind of scene. Then about food, what's your favorite German dish? Schnitzel.
No, mom's kitchen, actually. Mom's kitchen.
And that would be?
How is it called in English? Let me think. So it's basically a soup with a lot of meat in there, potato, and onions.
Okay.
And also Hühnerragout, which is chicken ragout. I think I don't know how it's called in English. But there's several dishes. Also Rinderrouladen, also very good German dish.
Yeah.
The Germans have a lot of meat in their dishes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's it. I'm actually also a pretty easy person. What belongs to food, because I just need enough food. Doesn't matter what it is.
How about the beers? There's quite strong beer culture, and I think that's like a stereotype.
Yeah, this is
Foreigners have all
I
around the
didn't
world,
want
like,
to.
okay, they want to come to Germany and drink beer.
Yeah, I didn't want to brought up this topic, but yeah, it's a stereotype here, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of different sorts of beer.
And that one also varies by the region where you are at, right?
Yes, yes. For example, in Bavaria, they drink more Weizen,
So
I assume.
that means white beer or like light colored.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you also have strong and dark beer. But this depends also on the region. So normally I always drink Pils, and the people that know me, a dirty one. So, and this is also kind of funny.
Yeah, do you want to explain that one, because no one knows what that
So
means.
when I
just
go
learned it in
when I
German.
go somewhere and I want to make fun about the bartender, then I ask them for a dirty one, ein schmutziges. And then very often they look at me and like, what? Yeah, a dirty one. I want to have a schmutziges. So basically it's beer with a sip of Coke, which is changing the color. It's getting darker, and you see the particles of the Coke are going to the bottom, and it's dirty.
Yeah. So it's okay, yeah, so it's dirty, mainly beer, and then just a bit of
Yeah, just a bit of Coke. The fun fact is, so in my area, we are used to the quote a dirty one, and schmutziges.
Yeah.
But for example, you go to Hamburg, they don't understand this, of course, but when you ask for diesel,
Yeah.
they know what you want. So
Okay.
it's basically the same thing, but because of the different area, they just have a different name for it.
So you ask for diesel there.
Yes.
Good to know. Okay. So yeah, we got a bit in the German culture, but I want to get back into you. And okay, so you had your childhood, you got bit into cars, you played a bit of soccer. But when you grew a bit older, like a teenager or something like that, like how were you? Maybe some wildlife still, but if I had to ask you like a serious question, it's like, yeah, when did you decide that you want to study to become a mechanic?
This is coming from the childhood. It was always like this. Of course, there was always the dream I wanted to be a Formula One driver, because at that time Michael Schumacher was at his peak.
Yeah.
But of course, I was not karting. Basically, the first steps to be a Formula One driver. So it was just a dream, and this was also very quickly away again. So a car mechanic was the thing.
Yeah.
And then I went to school, did my normal thing there, and then I studied electrotechnician, because actually I wanted to study automotive engineering.
Okay. Yeah.
But I just had school, and I literally just wanted to work. I just wanted to work on cars, use my hands for it.
Do you still enjoy it?
Yeah, no, not really, because school, I literally, so I did the 11th and 12th grade, and at the middle of 12th grade, because in the beginning of the 11th one, they told me every day, yeah, everything is based on everything each other. So I was like, yeah, come on, keep on talking. And basically half a year before the exam, I got my grades. Jesus Christ. And then I actually had to start to learn, because I was just there.
Yeah, you were just like cruising there.
Yeah, I barely made it my electrotechnician, because I was just lazy, because I was sick of school.
Yeah.
And I finished this. Then I directly started to work as a car mechanic. So I did my apprenticeship as a car mechanic.
Yeah.
And actually, because of the roots that I have, it was, of course, the brand Ford. My father had a Ford Capri, of course. But the dealership in my hometown, which my father knows as well personally, they didn't have slots left as a car mechanic
Or like
as an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So then I was looking around, and the only company that was left was Renault. Like, God damn it. Like, Renault Motors. What? Renault Espace. Come on. Grand Scenic. Come on.
Yeah. We get back to that one, but a bit later, because I think it will be completely its own path.
This is its own thing.
Yeah, it is its own thing. Was it around when you went to school, or was it before when you when did you feel like, okay, I made like my first own decision in life, like you decided actually something about your life, like where to go, what do I want to do, etc. Was it the school or something else?
No, basically all the decisions that I made, I decided by myself. So there was nothing like, maybe you should try this. No, it was always like, I want to do this, and I always got the support of my parents and my sister. Always, like, there was nothing like, oh, you should go to do some ballet school or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there was nothing like this. Even when I wanted to be a stripper or whatever, my parents and my sister would support me.
Okay.
I think even my sister would say, yeah, go for it. It suits you. But no, but yeah.
Then speaking of Germany, you bit explained like the different areas in Germany, some local dishes, how the different areas like differ from each other. Is there something you don't like about your country?
Yeah, Germans are very closed-minded, I would say. They they also rest on, how's it called? I mean, you probably know the stereotype, Germans are always on point.
Yeah.
Like they're always early. Man, I was late, because I was still under the shower. So those kind of things. So all these old attitudes, and they're resting on them. And this is what they had to get rid of. They basically, after the last 30, 40 years, they were saying, okay, yeah, we had the Germans, everyone knows us, but there's nothing coming. So, and this is what they have to work on.
Yeah. I've also understood that you guys love rules and obeying the rules. So if you have a rule, you can
But this is the next point where people had people saying, okay, you're not actually German, because yeah, there are the laws. I know the laws, but there are also gray zones. So, and I sometimes use the gray zones. So,
okay.
but yeah, the Germans obey the law. I mean, for example, you stand at a traffic light and it's red as a pedestrian. And when someone is walking over the red light, man, they're going nuts when people are next to you.
And you don't make exceptions to like a just a simple rules, like, okay, if we have a rule here, it's rule. You don't make exceptions.
Yeah, this is the typical German stereotype that you also see on social media when they do the reels. But then there are these exceptions like me, and I always try to find another way, because sometimes, yeah, okay, this is the way to go, but
Yeah.
I never go by the book.
I see. How old are you now?
Oh man, hard topic. Hard topic. 32.
32. So you have got a bit of taste from your of your 30s. When you look at yourself on your 20s, do you see something differently now?
Yeah, I would say that I should have chilled less. I was just sometimes hanging around, enjoying life way too much instead of building a life. And this is, I wouldn't say regret, but now in my 30s, I would say, yeah, man, you could have done more. But then after several minutes of thinking about it,
Yeah.
like I was working normally from 8 to 5. Then I went to a friend where I had the luxury to use his workshop, and I could do whatever I want. So I worked on so many other cars of friends. And of course, it was always BMWs, diesels, because the Turkish guys always loves to drive BMW diesel, but only for short distance trips, which is killing the diesel engines. So, and also working on my own car. So, and then I remember, okay, actually in my 20s, I did a lot of things, but yeah, I didn't travel that much. Some people that know me a little bit longer, they tell me, man, you never left your district there. Like you just spent your life in there, like the whole 20 years there.
What I have, how I have seen world is it's surprisingly common. So don't feel like guilty of that one. And it seems like you enjoy being here in Germany, and you mentioned that there are so many places to see in Germany. But if you had to choose a place where to visit and where to go and travel there, for example, 1 month, what would what would that place be?
What I would really like to see is Tokyo and Japanese culture, because for what I heard and also learned through work, through customers, the Japanese people are very, very polite. And I would really like to see the culture, the history. I really like to go to places in the nature and also like, how can I say it? Like old buildings, like churches, temples, whatever. Just visit them and be amazed about what they did 400, 600 years ago.
Without labor excavators and
Exactly.
cranes.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Tokyo in general, yes, of course, because also of the car culture, of course. But apart from that, for the Japanese culture in general, I would like to see that country as well.
That's cool. Good answer. Good answer. The car culture in Japan is something many car guys would like to explore. Speaking of cars, quite many people I think know you as the Renault guy.
The Renault guy.
You briefly mentioned that how your passion towards Renault started, but it was something about the apprenticeship, right?
Yeah, it was kind of forced because actually I was a Ford guy because of my father.
Yeah.
And I was always like, when someone said Renault, man, Twingo, what? No. So, and I was basically forced to see and work with Renaults. And at some point I was like, they also have to have cool cars, because otherwise how this brand is existing.
Yeah.
And at that time, the Megane 3 RS was basically new on the market. And I was like, yeah, this is a cool car, but man, I clearly cannot afford this. And I went further back in time and did some research. And then I came to that car, the Clio 16 valve. And actually, this came through another friend. So I was going for a walk with my best friend through our city. And there's this, how's it called? This circle, so you can just drive in a circle in the city.
Yeah.
We called it Assi-Runde, so antisocial.
Yeah, like
so like only retards are doing this. I mean, I did the same, but so
yeah, we have similar stuff in Finland.
So, and we were just going there for a walk, and we met another guy. We had a chat. My best friend knows this guy, and then all of a sudden, next to us, there's a Clio Williams stopped next to us, and I was completely blown away because I just figured out, oh man, in the 90s they had this cool Clio 16 valve. There's a Williams. This is like the peak model.
Yeah.
And then the guy was saying, guys, if you want, jump in.
Yeah.
I went on the back seat, my best friend on the passenger seat, and then the guy was sending it.
Yeah.
And
what kind of emotions did that create to you?
Oh, it was awesome. Literally, it was awesome. So it was also pretty warm that day, and he was sending it. The cooling temperature went through the roof, and he was saying, "Oh, guys, sorry, I have to open the windows and put the heater a little bit on. Put it on one." I came from the back seat. I just put it on number 4. Like go full blast. Just go and send it.
Yeah.
It was cool, and this basically started the love for the Clio 16 valve.
That's cool. So you found something cool from Renault, the Megane 3 RS, and then the Clio 16 valve, and then you also work with the cars. Then you have stayed with Clios. How did that happen? Or not Clios, but with Renaults.
Yeah, the thing is, so
how did it last?
When I was working at Renault, for me it was clear. Okay, I'm working here. I just saw it from the efficient side. So I'm working here. I get the parts cheaper. I get the knowledge as well. So it would make sense to buy a Renault. So the first car was a Twingo with a basically with the roof the same like Louis has.
Yeah, sunroof, big one.
Well, yeah, exactly, with the sunroof. And man, I treated this car so bad, and it never let me there. In that sense, it was always there. So I drove this car for 5.5 years. I put almost 200,000 kilometers on it.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, I bought that Clio 16 valve, which was basically a fail because actually I was looking online for another car, but all of a sudden the guy sold it. So I was depressed a bit because I really wanted to have that car. And then I just looked again on that eBay Kleinanzeigen app, and at the end I just bought a random one without actually looking. I mean, I was there with a friend. He told me, "Man, you should not buy this." And I was like, "Man, I want to have a Clio 16 valve now." So I just bought it, and then at the end I was like, "Yeah, cool, shit. Now I have to fix it." And actually, this is funny because my green Clio 16 valve, not my pre-owner, the owner before, is the guy who's running the Dacia and NLS. Okay. Oliver Kreise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so
if you have a picture of the car, we put it here. I will put like overlay of the picture.
I will send you a picture.
Yeah, it will be here.
But do you want to have a picture before or how it is now?
Yeah. Sorry?
Do you want to have a picture from now or when I bought it?
Both. So here will be when you bought it, and on your side there will be now.
Yeah,
the difference is huge. Now currently.
The difference is huge. So, but in the meanwhile, I had several other cars as well. I had a Laguna 3 2-liter diesel wagon. I had a Clio 4S.
Same time?
No, not at the same time.
Like you were trying different models, yeah.
Yeah. And the Clio 4S, basically I bought a new from the dealership. So I switched my job. I stayed as a car mechanic at a Renault dealership, but I just went to another location, and then I bought a new car. So I said, look, when I was there to sign the contract, and then I saw the Clio 4S brand new there in liquid yellow, basically the same car that we have
bright,
at work.
Quite bright yellow.
Yes.
Easter yellow.
And I was asking, how much you want for this? And they gave me a special offer. So I basically signed 2 contracts. And then basically I drove there with a Twingo and came back with a Clio RS. My first new car, and it's going to be my last new car because it was cool to have this kind of experience, but I don't need this. Like for what? The lost in value in 1 year, or just when you register the car, the lost in value is insane. So I just keep with all the cars.
All the cars, yeah. There's something special about the Renaults. And for me, I haven't kind of found it like what's the special things, but they have like something uniqueness, and especially back in Finland, they aren't that common here. The Nürburgring area, you see more of them. There are different models, and they are quite fast. But what's the thing for you? Like, why is it so important? The RS models. Why do you enjoy them?
They give you a specific type of emotion, I would say, a specific type of adventure also sometimes. But it's more about, so this is just my perspective. So you jump in a Golf GTI and the car's working, but there are emotions missing. And the Megane RS, I'm not talking about the Megane 4S, except of the Trophy R. This car's fine, the rest I'm disappointed of. But the Megane 3 RS is full with emotions. Lift off oversteer like there's no tomorrow. And the noises, the feelings, sometimes wiring problems. Like it's the whole package at some point.
Yeah, I have experienced those.
Man, sorry. No, but yeah, also because it's unique. So, I mean, here at the Nürburgring is different because here you see a lot of Megane 2 and Megane 3 RS, also 4S more and more. But where I was coming from, man, Megane 3 RS was a unicorn. I only knew one person who had one, and the rest was Golf GTI, Seat Leon Cupra, and all these cars.
Yeah. I would think that the German cars are like popular here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But still, like there's a border with France, so also the Renaults are like, they are not like, they don't come from far away.
They're not coming from far away, but I think here the Nürburgring is a different story because these cars are, so what you get for the price and how they perform on track and how easy they are to maintain. I mean, they're very great cars for track. You only need to know, like in every other car, the main issues, you fix them, and then then these are very, very cool cars, and they are quick.
Yeah, they are. They are. What does it owning like a Renault and working with Renault, and I would say like Renault as passion? What does it mean like beyond cars? Like if you talk about like meeting like people around the Renaults or the emotions they create, or like the community that you belong in, or the feelings they create to you, like
You mean the Renault community, how they are?
or like what else than the, if you think okay this is the car, so what else does this thing give to you beyond the car itself and what the actual car gives to you?
I mean,
Is there something bigger?
yeah, the very best example is the wagon. I mean, we didn't talk about it yet.
Not yet.
The
no,
wagon.
it's perfect timing to.
The wagon is the best example. So
What is the wagon?
the wagon is basically a Megane 3 GT220 Grand Tour, so a wagon, and not many people know the GT220 has exactly the same engine like the Megane 3 RS, just running a different setup and less boost. So this is why it has 220 horsepower. They always go a little bit higher. So mine, for example, on the dyno had 240 already.
Okay.
So you just do a stage 1, and the result is also like stage 1 on a Megane RS because it's the same engine. And yeah, so I converted basically front axle, rear axle to a Megane RS, swapped the ABS unit from a Megane RS that I can turn off stability control so that I have sport and race mode. Yeah, and this is now the legendary wagon. Some other cool bits and bytes, but yeah. And when I go on track with this, after 2 laps, I go to the TF car park. And this is the interesting part, because I always want to stick out. So a lot of people told me, man, with this amount of money that you spend in that car, you could also easily build a proper Megane 3 RS, 400 horsepower, sub 740, whatever. But yeah, there are already 20 of them. I need something else. And also I need a wagon. I use it as a daily. So I basically could stop at Breitscheid, go out, wait for groceries, come back and go home. And the conversations that start out of it, this is the coolest part. I mean, you can also have this with several other brands, but because Renault is such a small community in general, and then you have this kind of unicorn.
So you can be special, you can be different.
Yeah, I mean, my mama always said, you're a special boy. So I have to prove it every time.
So yeah, you work as a mechanic, you studied to be a mechanic, you enjoy cars. Have you enjoyed the career path you chose? English is hard for me today.
No worries. My English is also not the yellow from the egg, so it's fine. I mean, the path that I took now in the long run, I probably, when I rethink, I skip some parts. But there was a time that I was actually not happy working as a car mechanic at a specific place. And I went to work with pain in my stomach. I went to the doctor. I said, man, I don't want to work there. Like, I don't need to, I don't know if I can say this, but I don't want to bullshit my doctor. So I just told him clearly in the face, look, there's this guy. I literally fucking hate him. So come on, I cannot go to work. I go to work with pain in the stomach. So there was also this kind of time. At the same time, this is probably, we switch in topic now. At this time, there were several other things happening in my life, in my private life, which went absolutely like ground zero. And at the end, I said, look, guys, you can do whatever you want. I leave this place and I do what I want. So then I had a call with the workshop manager. I did the test week. And yeah, basically on the next day, I already resignate my contract there at Renault. Everyone was surprised all of a sudden. And yeah, then I left. So I left. I did my last day on a Thursday in the Renault dealership. On Friday, I was working at RSR. The workshop manager told me, man, keep the weekend, you can settle down, stay around here. No, man, I came here to work, so let me just work.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
The decision about becoming a mechanic, have you been happy with this one, or Are there any other careers or kind of like jobs you would be curious to try?
Yeah, I mean,
Except a stripper, that's obvious.
but only in a Borat suit, I tell you, only in a Borat suit. No, every time when something is not going that way that I want, when I get a mental breakdown again, people who are working with me, they know this. I am gonna like not shout, but like I am swearing in German, in Italian, in every language that I figure out. I just started to learn Lithuanian, and then I always complain, man, why I didn't learn something else. And at the end, I always say, look, you know what? Fuck cars, fuck this shit. I go home and I just do something with animals. So what I would do when I'm really completely sick of cars, I probably would work in a shelter for animals or go somewhere in the wild, help animals, like always.
You like animals?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool to know.
I mean, I'm scared of spiders
Or are you?
and snakes, but the rest is fine.
You like the bigger ones? Not the big spiders, but like big animals, like proper.
Yeah, like for example, cats, dogs, goats, what else? Like the typical animals that you can find around.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Do you have any other hobbies than cars and animals? What do you enjoy? You like music, ABBA.
Yeah, music. My type of music is difficult. My type of music is
Difficult or different?
I wouldn't say different because when you ask people, you have very often people which are saying, "I'm listening to everything." I could use the same phrase, but it's not true because okay, it's kind of true, but it's depending quite a lot on my mood. So sometimes I go on track and I'm just listening to jazz. So I was also once listening to jazz in the workshop. I was completely alone, and then the owner of the company came in there and he was like, "Oh man, who's listening to jazz?" It's me. Really? Yes, but you don't want to hear my other type of music. Sometimes I go for some laps or even cooking or cleaning. So mostly it's when I really need to get some shit done, then I need some beats per minute. So I need some techno.
Okay.
The workshop manager is then complaining because shut down the fucking drug music,
But stuff is happening.
but stuff is getting done.
Uh,
And but sometimes I also have some good old bangers like ABBA. Like, who doesn't like ABBA? Come on. This is actually also where my name is coming from, because I think probably you can say it, Mama, but I think my mother had a crush on Björn from ABBA, so and she wanted to name me Björn. But the thing is, my father wanted to call me Werner, so she had something against it. They asked my sister. My sister said no, so it was Björn.
Yeah. With this on record, I promise if I get Björn from ABBA being interviewed here, you will be in the room and you get to ask him questions. I keep my word.
The only thing that I would ask him is why your name is Björn. Did your mama also had a crush on Björn?
So first question would be why your name is Björn. Have you got to know that answer? But if you had two more questions for Björn from ABBA, what would those questions be?
I mean, I think it's clear, but I would just ask him why you just stopped making those kind of cool music, you know? And the next thing, I don't know.
You can think about it.
I'm not that deep into ABBA. I just like the
just
music.
enjoy the music. But you can think about that when I ask it to you later. Have you tried creating music?
No,
You just listen to music.
I cannot say this. So there was a period. How old was I? I think it started with 14, 15. And I think I stopped it with 21, 22. I was doing beatbox.
Beatboxing?
Yes, for several years.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't went for any beatbox convention because I was not sure if I was good enough. But for example, when I had on the exams party, like for the whole school. There I was doing beatbox. I was absolutely hammered. There was also a video on YouTube, but they deleted it. I mean, my friend deleted it, but
I will ask for a private show later.
yeah.
Do you still have the talent?
Oh yeah, I have to get into it, but mostly I do it under the shower still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I don't get to hear it in shower, but still, like look forward to it. Anything else
Anything else than
regarding music?
Music? I mean, I tried to play bass guitar, but this was for 2 weeks, and then I was sick of it. But beatbox was basically the only kind of self-made making music.
How did you start it?
It was randomly. I think I was watching this Germany's Got Talent or whatever, and there was a guy there. And I was like, man, this sounds cool. So then I did some research, and of course, in America, it was more established. And yeah, then I just tried to learn the basics. Then I was listening to some music, some normal beats. Then I tried to replicate them, and then you always have to practice.
Yeah. I think there is actually, speaking of beatbox, from Finland, there was one guy. I need to check how the story went, but the guy was like really famous beatboxer. I think the name of the guy was Felix Zenger.
Yes. Then this guy I still remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's from Finland.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But speaking of, it's funny I enjoy making like connections and try to find like kind of like connect dots between places and things. Because when you mentioned that Germany's Got Talent, there is this one Finnish artist, and I just listened to a podcast from Finland. It's in Finnish, where the guy was a guest for the podcast, and he was one of the juries in Voice of Germany. And the guy is from Finland. Have you watched Voice of Germany, or have you heard about anything about it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did it. I was forced to, but how was his name? Wasn't it Ray?
No, the guy's name is Samu Haber.
No clue.
No clue. Okay.
No clue who that is.
But blonde guy, quite tall, and he was they had a rock band called Sunrise Avenue, also quite popular in Germany.
Yeah, Sunrise Avenue. I know this, but
isn't
there the? I mean, don't get mad at me, but isn't there also this guy called Ray at Sunrise Avenue? But probably also mixing things up. So
I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure expert. And they stopped making music together. But funny fact about this German talent shows and connecting dots between Finland and Germany. And it's quite fun, like even though our country is also a small place like that, there are some like international things.
Yeah.
And if you go to USA, maybe no one knows, but when you come to Germany, which is quite a big country still, some guys know the guy.
Yeah, but the thing is also the European continent. So you just travel for 6 hours, and I mean, depends where you start, but
yeah,
you just travel 6 hours. You can cross 2-3 countries with completely different cultures, different languages, and this is what I really like about the European continent.
Yeah.
I mean, America, you just go from howdy motherfucker, from Tennessee to where it takes 20 fucking days, and it's still the same. I mean, they still also have different cultures, but maybe I'm also just stereotyping it.
Yeah.
But for me, the European continent is very beautiful in that sense of like you have so many different cultures, so many different languages, and it's just insane. You just travel 2-3 hours and then you're in a different country.
Yeah. You are a car guy, so have you done any cool road trips from Germany? Well, inside the Germany, but also from Germany to somewhere else.
From Germany to somewhere else, not. I always want to go to, let me think.
Now you want to go to Lithuania because you met cool people from there.
Yeah, actually, yes, I have to go there.
Greetings to Lithuania.
How was it called? Ushtepisk?
Ushkebisk.
No, but was it Romania or Bulgaria? I think it was Romania. They have this road which is called Transfagarazan, whatever. I cannot spell the name. It's over 90 kilometers, like just like this, through the hills. It's very famous. There, I want to go with the Clio 16 valve. I just want to go there with a wagon, trailer, 16 valve, unload the 16 buff and just fucking send it. But so far I didn't actually done a road trip to cool roads, or a lot of people are doing this to Austria and Switzerland, but I never did it. The only thing that I did was just the back roads. So
Okay.
what we did, I mean, I was just driving a Twingo, but I was kind of known for it. So it doesn't matter what car you drove, I'm gonna be still there at some point.
Yeah.
So we were just having the kind of meetings, typical car meetings. We just went there, and it was not about to show off with the cars, because man, we just had shit boxes. One of us was driving a Fiesta, I was driving a Twingo, the other guy was driving a Skoda Fabia. It doesn't matter. But then it was getting boring. So after 1 hour, I was like, guys, who wants to drive? I sent the location. Let's go. And I was just a lead car. There was also a guy with an Audi A7 3-liter TFSI 300 whatever horsepower. But they were always saying, Björn, you have to go in front, because I was sending it with a Twingo.
Yeah.
Lift off, oversteer into corner.
How did you decide the decision, this destination where to go? How did you choose the destination where to go? You said like, oh, you chose a place, then you went there. You were
Very often I was driving alone, just randomly. Just okay, let me try this road. Okay, this road was not cool. Okay, let me try this one. Like I was just figuring this out by myself. This is also how I drove over 200,000 kilometers on a Twingo in 5.5 years. So, but I found so cool roads. Then I also, of course, I talked to people. And they told me, you have to go there, you have to go there. Then we found out it was an old hill climb, not circuit, but a section. They stopped doing hill climbs there because, I don't know, probably too many people died there. But there we also crashed one Clio. I mean, I was a passenger, but the guy, if you remember, the guy who stopped basically next to us and was saying, jump in, guys. He crashed as Williams there, unfortunately. And yeah, this is how I ended up on these roads, just randomly choosing the turns. And then I found out a cool road. Okay, I need to remember this. And back in the days, I just wrote it down by hand on a piece of paper. That's it. And then at the end, I asked them, okay, how far you want to go, guys? Yeah, a maximum 100 kilometers. Okay, let's send it.
Yeah, I found this actually one cool mobile app. I think Porsche has made one for free, but then there's this one app called Curvy, so you can put a destination, and then it calculates you like a good curvy road. And I tried it. I was with my father. We went to the Loch collection, the car museum, and I was like, okay, let me try it. I put navigation, and it said like 3 hours. I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And yeah, really good one. I need to show that one to you. Maybe you enjoy it. But
now the thing is, I'm basically living 2 minutes from the TF entrance of the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
So when I want to see a cool curvy road, I just take the Nürburgring.
That's quite cool.
Because then you cannot get catched by speeding, you know.
When I asked about the road trip, you said like some cool driving roads are the places where you around Europe here you would like to try. But is there like maybe by a road trip I meant more like is there a place where you would like to travel from here from Eiffel by a car? When you mentioned that here in Europe you enjoy that so many places are so close.
For me, so I always prefer to, for example, when I go for vacation, I always prefer to take the car. Because for me, the vacation starts when you drive out of your street. You go for an adventure, especially when you drive a fucking Renault. But for me, the vacation already starts there.
Yeah.
But when you go by plane, the vacation starts when you land in that country. So for me, it's a different thing.
Good perspective.
So, and also once I had an old Clio. I bought this from our company for 50 euro because an old lady gave it basically to us. She bought a new car. And I said, look, I want to buy this. I fixed it. It was just 54 horsepower. I fixed it. Everything was done. And then we went to the North and East Sea. And I just went curvy roads. Not like I tried to don't use the Autobahn.
Yeah.
And it was just cool. In an old car, trying to don't use the phone. It was awesome. And those kind of trips are cool. But yeah, I would really like to do more road trips, but time.
Time. Well, leave it for the winter. I think when you head to south to like of course in the Alps it can get quite snowy, but you can go skiing there. But if you head to the France or Italy or Spain, there you can get like a decent weather still even in the winter
Yeah.
when you have maybe more time. Getting back to personal life, are there some like values you live your life by? What do you like? What are your
Oof.
values? What do you think that are really good stuff, and what's something you don't appreciate? For example, in people.
So what I really try to live is I try to be a better person the next day. So today, okay, I was this person, but tomorrow I want to be a better person than today. This is what I try. As I said, I want to try this. So sometimes it doesn't work out, but the next day I can try it even better. What I really respect in other people is when they tell me straight in my face directly what is wrong. I literally cannot handle this. Like I can't feel this. There's something wrong. There's something in between us. Just goddamn say it. Oh, there's nothing. Man, you say this twice, you can go home. Like I don't care anymore. So I really prefer when a person is basically pulling me aside and telling me, look, I didn't like what you said there, this and that. Okay, cool, fine.
So
I
like
apologize.
honesty and like straight talk.
Yeah, straight talk. Yes, straight talk I prefer. This is probably also why I come along pretty well with the workshop manager, because he's straightforward.
Italian temperament.
Yeah.
Italian temperament.
What else? A double standard. This is what I cannot handle. I have to admit, here and there I also have a double standard, but this is depending on the topic and the perspective. But in general, double standard. Like you say to one person AB and to the second person CD. No, keep your value. Like otherwise you lose your authenticity, I think.
Yeah. And kind of like integrity and
Yeah.
okay, yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Uh, you quickly mentioned something like how do you see how did you live your 20s, but how do your 30s look like? How are you enjoying life?
Oh man. So
What matters to you now? Like,
I mean, I'm here now since October 22, which is
here in Nuremberg.
yeah,
in Eiffel.
in the Eiffel. So it's roughly 4 years. Let's calculate 28. So at the end of my 20s, I moved here. And around 27, 28, I would say, I had a lot of back pain. A lot of back pain. This is gone now. And when I was going towards the 30s, I was like, man, life is just going downhill. So from 29, I went 30, it was going downhill, and then 31, and it was going up again. So I think I'm going towards my prime, I guess. So this is what I feel so far.
So you are like you have positive mindset towards future.
Yeah, I have a pretty positive mindset for the future,
Good.
yes.
What do you look forward to in future? What do you like? What are you waiting, and what do you like expect to see there in the future?
First of all, I want to finally finish all my damn projects. I hope there are not more coming in, because from one day to another, I have another stupid idea to buy another random car, fix it, drive it, sell it, then because I don't like it anymore. But no, main thing is I want to finish the Clio 16 valve. I want to complete the RS wagon build, because now I'm basically at 90%. And then I want to focus more on my own development, and also just travel around a bit and see more places, because
Do these road trips.
yeah, the thing is, so when we go a little bit back, so I grew up with the attitude, and this is the fault, I would say, of my parents. You always have to work. You have to work. You have to work. When you don't work, you're not worth anything. And this is why I'm a goddamn alcoholic. This is because of my parents. Thanks. So, and I need to step back in that sense, and I want to enjoy life a bit more because it's not work. There's actually a saying: you live. How was it? You don't live to work. You only work to live. So, and I want to switch this. So I want to just work to live.
How would it look like for you? Like, what would need to change? And if you still like the work and do stuff, like how would it be? You mentioned that you would like to finish some ongoing projects, but what then?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as they're finished, then there's a lot of weight off my shoulders. I mean, sometimes I'm laying in bed and cannot fall asleep because I have this random ideas popping up in my mind. I still have to finish this, and man, did you forgot this bolt?
Yeah. Well, both of us, we know what kind of project you are. Maybe there are some that I don't even know about. But what you like to share, what you have going on? You have the wagon, the orange one. Let's put a picture here, by the way.
Yeah,
It will be here.
I have the wagon,
Yeah.
the legendary.
Yeah.
There's basically only side skirts and the rear bumper missing, and that's it. But this needs time and attention, and the
There's number
fabrication
one.
needs time because you cannot just take it out of a shelf and put it on the car. It doesn't work like this. Then the Clio 16 valve needs to be completely finished because also on that car there's nothing there's nothing stock anymore.
Yeah, everything's custom made.
Yeah, basically custom made everything. So, and I still have another side quest, which was a random idea because I got an interesting offer of a Clio 16 valve again with very low mileage, and I just bought it. So now I do some maintenance, which already means engine gearbox out. So this also,
That's
but as soon as
not
these
a problem for you.
as soon as these three things are finished, then a lot of weight is off my shoulders and my mind is more free for whatever.
And that would be
Traveling more,
traveling.
maybe developing more. I mean, is it called developing? More focusing on myself.
Okay, yeah. Like self-development.
Yeah, self-development.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's a good one. How would you like to develop? Is there some area, or it's just like tiny bits?
For me, it's not like going to the gym or something like this. For me, it's more the mindset. Mindset, travel, especially seeing places. And it's not like you just go there, see a place, and you go home. It's seeing the culture, take and learn something from that culture to implement this also maybe in your life, the good things, of course. And those kind of developments. Of course, maybe learn also something new. Maybe I start to do beatbox again and finish everyone in the contest, whatever.
That would be kind of cool comeback. Has there been a place that you have already visited? So you mentioned the Japan, and you would like to visit that one. So would there be like a place you have already visited and you have done these kind of trips where you kind of like try to suck the culture into yourself and learn something? Is there a specific situation or trip in your mind?
Actually, not really.
Not really.
Because
It's just something
I
you
didn't
would like to-
travel a lot. I mean, my first flight I did it with a company. I never had a flight before.
Oh.
And actually I'm scared of heights. So I was scared to fly.
Or
So
that's cool. That's cool. You said that there are some changes that you would do if you could go back to your 20s. But is there some like life lessons you have learned during the 30 years of life, especially like last few years, that you would think that lots of like young people, especially men, would like benefit from if you shared them? Some like general life lessons you have learned through
yes,
mistakes
the
or
main-
from doing something.
it's gonna be a hard one.
Okay.
But the main thing is no one is there to save you. No one. At the end, no one is giving a flying fuck. At the end, it's your life, it's your story, and you have to write this. So no one is gonna help you at the end. Maybe don't get me wrong, you always have friends and they are talking good to you, but at the end you have to make the decisions. You have to make that step. It's at the end it's you. So don't wait for anyone, just do it.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Poetic.
That's really poetic.
Maybe
I'll make
maybe in 200 years on a TikTok meme you see my name there. Poetic. Björn Hebach.
Do you have any other cool ones you would like to share? Or not like cool ones, but something you have like personally learned.
Never give up.
Never.
There's always a way. When you really want to achieve something or get something or whatever, there's always a way. Never give up. Giving up is no solution.
Yeah, that's quite motivational. There is a question that a previous guest left for you.
Oh, thank you. Who was it?
It was man from Spain.
From Spain. Rafita. Let's see. What did he left you?
Yeah. His question for you is, Björn, he didn't know that you are the next one, so it's adds some spice here. But the question is, if you could go back in time and change something from the past, what would you change in your like personal life?
In my personal life?
Yeah. You can think about it. No rush.
Yeah, let me think about this. Maybe. Are we already at the end?
Depends how we continue from here.
I mean, when you have another topic, hit me, and in the meanwhile, I think about that.
Think about that one. Let's go back a bit. ABBA. I need a third question for Björn Hebach. What would you ask him? It can be something casual or funny, but if now I snap my fingers and Björn Hebach from Sweden and ABBA walk there and joined our conversation, and you had to shoot 3 questions and 2 of them you said already. How you got your name and why you stopped making cool music, but what would the third one be?
Can we go for a flight in your private jet?
At least I saw ABBA.
Yes, exactly. Get hammered and listen to some ABBA music. Yes, exactly.
That would be something really special. That would be a quite special experience.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely.
I have another casual one. Meanwhile, you think about that. What would you change from the past? And that would be a bit back in the cars, even though I don't want to focus on them only here. And that would be from me. And this is something I try to ask guests. So regardless of how many and what kind of people I get here, I plan to ask something car related. And the question is like, what's the most important like single car? Not like a car model, not like a make, but like a single car you saw or drove or you were a passenger or saw on a TV. What would that one be? Single car.
The thing is to ask a person.
Yeah. Do you want to hear like an example? For example, what my first guest Hannu said.
Yes,
Finland.
hit me.
So Hannu was actually in Germany, and his like passion towards cars started that I think it was it in Hamburg or somewhere. There was a Porsche on the side of the street, and it wasn't like any special Porsche, but he saw it like this, and it was parked right there, and something kind of like hit him, and that's like a really strong memory for him, and that's just ended up creating a passion for him. He was with his dad traveling there, I think, or brother.
For me, the thing is, my whole life was just cars. So to pick just one thing out of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
your dad's Caprice?
No, not at all. I think the Renaults and the Porsches are way above this. But it's hard. But I would say my Clio 16 valve. When I watch the old videos, I'm getting depression. Like I'm laying in bed, still on the laptop, 12:30. Let me watch a video. So I grab my external device, put it in the laptop, watch some videos. man, even when I have to work on the next day, I jump up, I need to turn some screws at least, that I feel better, that I actually move
Did
forward.
something, yeah.
So, yeah, but that car is just me. This just me, this car. I have maybe something other, which is very important. I mean, it's not like that is reminding me of cars, but it's a very spicy topic. You know that I did a police chase.
Police chase.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm 32. I hope there's no crime case coming afterwards. I mean, I had a court case. So I was 16 years old, and I had another two friends. So basically, we just grabbed the keys of sister car, mother's car, or neighbor's car in my case. And if the people want to ask why I had the car keys of the neighbor, so the neighbor was sick, and my parents had the keys of the apartment to take care of like rotten food, whatever. He was in how's it called? Not in the hospital, one how's it called? Rehabilitation, whatever. How's it called? I don't know. Anyway, so he was not at home. So, and I went there and I grabbed the second key because I had the second key then. The guy was back, and every time when he went to sleep, I grabbed the car. I mean, I always fueled that car. Sometimes I even washed it and vacuum cleaned it. So every time when I jumped in that car, I had some marking tape. I put it on the seat, and I put it on the carpet. So, and then I moved the seat forward. That I always put it back in the same position, always. And I always took a picture of the fuel level, and then I just fueled as much as the fuel level was. Only he could see it on the mileage. And I was driving it. I mean, I was driving it that often, and no one noticed it. And one evening, I had the keys again. I was like, man, it was kind of an addiction. Like I want to drive. So I jumped in the car. I was driving around alone, and then I called a friend. What are you doing? Man, I'm at home. Yeah, let's go for a ride. I picked them up. And you have to imagine, we did this already for over 1 year. So just driving around with cars, following the laws and rules. No one noticed anything. It was just like we want to drive around. And so then we stopped somewhere, and I was saying, man, I know every corner, every sidewalk in this town. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, let's go to the next town, 20 kilometers away. And he told me, man, let's go to Dortmund. No, man, Dortmund, for me, it was mind-blowing, like a huge city. Like there are 5, 6, 7, 8 lanes. I cannot handle this. Like, how? I just go there. It just takes 20 minutes more. Okay, we went there. At the end of the day, he asked me, did you already went to Linienstraße? I was like, no. What is there? What is this? Man, this is the number one sightseeing there. You have to go there. Guess what it was? It was the damn fucking red light district. The thing is, when you enter that road, there's a sign which describes after 10 o'clock, you're not allowed to drive through the street with a car. And at the end, so you're just allowed to drive there, park, do your thing, and you go.
Yeah.
We just went there through. So I was like, man, why? Like, I just want to drive around. Because the thing is, I was connecting that colorful district with police.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, man, this is getting way out of hand. And my guy was amazed about the colors, you know. And at the end of that road, you had to stop, and you were just allowed to turn right. There are 3 lanes, and then there's a completely lane. So you cannot just cross 3 lanes and turn left. It's not allowed. So you had to turn right. I saw that sign. Okay, cool. I understood the situation. So I pointed the front end of the car towards the right. I was looking to the left. Okay, indicated to the right. And then he was shouting, "Stop!" What? Turn left. No. And then I explained to him exactly why we cannot turn left. And he looked at me. All these Turkish people and all the others, they're also just doing it. No, man. But who of them has a driver license? He looked at me. You don't have one either. I was like, yeah, you're damn right. So I was going a little bit forward, left, right, looking a little bit more. And then I turned to the left, was stopping at a traffic light. In front of me, there was a car. Traffic light was red. I was behind, and then police car. And I told my guy, man, the police is behind us. Don't turn around. No shit, Sherlock. So he just turned around. So basically, they could clearly see his face. Traffic light turned green. We started driving, and then you had the blue lights on. I was like, man, they want that we stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop. I was like, man, I'm doing an internship there. I want to do my apprenticeship. You do this kind of whatever it was in that company, and you want to do an apprenticeship there as well. Man, how? Like, this is going to be mind-blowing, apart from the fact, man, my parents didn't have a car at that time.
Yeah.
And when they need a car, they took the car that I was sitting in. So how they want to pick us up from Dortmund? How? And your mother, man, your mother is taking the shoe off like a old German mother and Turkish mother and slamming the shit out of you. So he looked at me. Can you make it? Yes. And then I sent it, and I was just going away. I was just searching for the the blue signs for Autobahn. For me, it didn't even matter. I just wanted to see the blue ones. Man, it was insane. Then I was finally on the Autobahn, sending it. Then I noticed, because I was 16. I was not used to look at signs and, okay, where's what. So I figured out I'm going towards the wrong direction. At some point, I had the possibility to turn around, and there were 4 or 5 police cars going the other direction. I was like, wrong way, mates. So at some point, we were on the correct way. And yeah, then I entered my hometown. Man, this was Fort Knox. Like, in every corner there was a police car. There were even police officers in like small shit boxes without branding.
Oh.
But you could clearly see them, because
Do you think they were looking for you?
man, they locked the whole city. At the meanwhile, when I was still sending it somewhere on the Autobahn, there was the main person from that case from Dortmund then. How's it called? Zoll. You know Zoll? And another police car in my hometown, in my street.
Yeah.
Ringing at the bell of my neighbor, the owner of the car, and they were asking, hey, where's your car? I was like, man, in the garage. Okay, put some clothes on, let's go out. He opened the garage. Oh, where's my car? Yeah. So, and the thing is, there was also on the Autobahn, I was like, okay, when you do those kind of crazy shit, it's probably in the radio. So I turned on the radio, and there was, at a specific time, there's always this traffic.
Yeah, traffic news, or like what's happening, what's going on here.
And at that time, I was going over a crest, and they were saying, yeah, on this Autobahn A44 towards direction Kassel, there's a heavy, is it called heavy duty transport? Overtaking not allowed. I go over the crest, this heavy duty thing that was there. At the end, I had the report from the police when what happened. When this heavy duty transport wouldn't be there, I would have made it before the police was in my street. But yeah, I had to stay behind. So yeah, and then I came off the Autobahn, and there was, so you come off the Autobahn, and there's a huge cross there, but I had to stop. And you have this island there, you know, where the traffic light is.
Yeah.
There was a police car there. So I was coming downhill there, and was basically standing next to the police car, waiting till it's green, just acting normal. Turning, so then traffic light was green, I was turning, everything was normal. I looked in the mirror, shit, they're coming. And yeah, at the end, very close before my hometown, there is a small village, and it was in the middle of the night. It was 2:30 on a Wednesday. At some point, I just turned off the lights and I sended it, and going somewhere randomly in a small, how's it called, in a small street, going left, right, and then I saw in the back mirror, okay, they're gone. So I stopped,
clear, yeah.
and I literally was shaking like this. I just wanted to have a smoke. I put a cigarette here, closed my eye, did this, and I looked in the mirror. I saw a police car coming in that street. I was like, how the fuck he knows this? After I had the report from the police, they stopped somewhere because there were people going on a Wednesday at 2:30 in the night with their fucking dog for a walk. They stopped, they asked, they said, this guy went there.
Oh.
This is how they found me.
Oh.
The thing is, it's a, how's it called? Like, you cannot go further in that street. How's it called?
Dead end. Like an ending street.
Yes, it's an ending street. But there was just a small path, so there was no other way around. So I just sent it. And when you go over grass multiple times, you have these 2 lanes there. Yeah. But at some point this ended, and there was just a field, and we had minus 12 degrees. I was like, okay, you know what? Now my passenger was already going wild. There was a second police car coming. I was like, man, what we are doing? I was like, look, now we have a SUV, whatever. We have to go over it. So we drove over it, and at the end, there were also, it was like maximum 4 kilometers to home, which was actually stupid to go home. Because, I thought, okay, maybe everyone is waiting there. So there's the main road, and they closed left and right. And I played a lot of Need for Speed Most Wanted. So I knew exactly what happened. They put the nail thingies there. So I drove over it. Then all of a sudden, my passenger was sitting higher than me. So front left, rear left tire, that. And you could feel in the steering how the car behaves. So at the end,
it was done.
But the thing is, I was in my hometown, and I drove every stupid street there. So I turned off the lights, left, right, somewhere here, somewhere there. And they couldn't find me anymore. So I stopped the car, locked it, and I went home by walking. Man, I never saw so many police cars. Never. This was insane. And then the last meters before I enter my street, I was like, man, there's like a, how's it called in English? Comité. Like they already wait for you. Man, nothing was there. Everyone was sleeping. On the next day, I had to go to work. Man, I took my bicycle from behind the house. I went around. I stopped because the street is there. Police car. Directly PTSD again. I was like, fuck. I went to work, and I was always looking out of the gate if the police is coming now and get me. But this was just my way of thinking when I was 16 years old. Now it would be different. But at the end of the day, I went to the police. First of all, I told my mother. And she's like, you did what? Yes. Look, you're old enough. Get your shit together. So I went to the neighbor. I told him what happened. And he looked at me. Yeah, I knew that you were driving. And I have no clue how you could finance this, but you were driving quite a lot. And then I went to the police. I told them, guys, it was me. I was driving yesterday, and there were some police guys in the background. They were saying, no way. And then they were laughing. I looked at them. I gave them the license plate, the name of the car, the name of the owner, where the owner lives, the modifications of that car, color. And I told them, guys, who's now, like, how's it called when the police is just going around, like, how's it called?
And patrolling.
Yeah. And I was asking them, who's patrolling in that area now? Yeah, this and this. Tell them to go to that street. The car is there, front left and rear left tires flat. They sent someone there. He looked at me with these eyes. Okay, I get someone. You go upstairs.
How did it go from there? How did the situation end?
The situation ended up that my passenger, my friend, was that smart that 1 week after, basically one day before New Year's Eve, he took the car of his grandfather, went to the gas station. So he went on the property of the gas station, but he could clearly already see that there was a police car. So you don't go in this police station. He just still went there. It was 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the night. He went in there. The police guys were there, and he was saying, good morning. Man, good morning. It's in the middle of the night. You don't say good morning. So they just waited around the corner. He was leaving. Boom. Done. So they catched him again. So we went in front of court. I was there because of that case, and he was there because of both cases, because of a passenger. I went away with, like we say in German, with a blue eye. But the thing is, then I wanted to do my driver license, and this is the fun fact. And my driving school was saying, Björn, you have to check something. You're not allowed to do the test. So I had to do, it's called in German MPU, medizinisch-psychologische Untersuchung, like a medical, psychological. It's like, but the slang word in German is idiot test.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The problem in my case was not that I'm an idiot, but so you have also a conversation with a psychiatrist. So when you, for example, you get stopped by the police with alcohol, and you can prove that you don't drink alcohol at all anymore, and you can, based on this, because you have the certificate that you don't drink alcohol anymore. This is already giving you some advantage to basically put this in your argumentation with a psychiatrist in that conversation. But how I'm going to explain this? So I was there. I had to do this test.
I don't do any police getaways.
I had, the police person from Dortmund. I had 2 meetings. So I went there once to admit it was me. And then I had to go there once again. And I didn't know for what. So the guy from Dortmund came there and he asked me several questions. And he asked me also how quick I was in several sections. Like, man, I have no clue. Half of the night, I forget, like it's deleted in my brain.
Yeah. You were just focusing on under adrenaline,
He asked me then also one question, because the police chase on the next day was in the newspapers. It was in television, on several TV things.
Yeah. And do we find it from internet? Do we find it from
no,
internet?
it's too old, but man, I have an old German mother. She cut it out the articles from the
Let's try to get a picture here.
Yeah, I can. I will ask her. Then I send
it will be here.
And
that's a cool story.
And he asked me, okay, where did you learn to drive like this? Because, man, I'm 16. It was minus 10, 12 degrees, and I was driving an E.6 shootout to Nelson. It was an E.6. And he was saying, man, where did you learn driving like this? You have to remember, they put the first thing already in newspapers. So they were seeing, police chase, blah, 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 I couldn't stop, this and that. Who knows what? And at that point, they didn't even know where the car was when they printed this. And then I told the guy, look, I learned driving at the computer. Test Drive Unlimited. With Logitech G25 steering wheel with 900 degrees of angle, this and that. You know what they printed in the newspaper? They were saying a 16-year-old was doing the police chase. He stole the car from the neighbor, and he learned driving on a PC simulator. Just imagine you're reading the 2 newspapers as a normal citizen.
And it wasn't like simulators weren't like a big thing back in the day. Like it was.
And the thing is, when I told him, I learned this on the computer, he looked at me and was like, "Are you learning there as well to driving over fields and run away from police and driving over nails?" And I was like, "No, when you behave, then the police is not chasing you in the game, you know." But no, it was stupid, like literally stupid. I went over so many red traffic lights. I don't know how lucky I could be. No one was getting hurt. No one. There was no crash. No one was getting hurt. There was only a bit of damage on the BMW that I made while I was driving over a frozen field. But I was very lucky, and this was also the main thing why my punishment was very low, because also I admitted everything. And yeah, but this is the story.
That's a crazy story. Thanks for sharing that one.
Let's
see. Like it will be a complete surprise. Like who will listen to this conversation and listen to the story you shared, and maybe someone 1 or 2 or 3 weeks or 1 year after comes to say to you, Björn, where you like fucking around there? Was this whole story like lie or something? So never know who will bring this up later.
Man,
which is quite fun.
This is insane. This was literally insane.
Yeah. Because the thing is like I don't know like how many people will listen to this conversation, but still it's fascinating because there will be people from Australia. there can be someone from Japan. There will be people from US, West Coast, East Coast, Finland, Germany, everything. So if this would be your podcast, your personal podcast, what would you like to talk about? Is there something you are like really interested about that?
One question what I always ask people, especially for example when the Lithuanians were there,
Yeah.
I asked them, okay, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
This is a question what I normally ask quite often.
Yeah. How would you answer it yourself?
I knew it.
I will give it a go after you're done.
I would say because I'm pretty humble, so maybe still at the same job, but maybe with more responsibility, with more how can I say it, more things to do, more or different kind of work.
Yeah, different. Yeah,
a different kind of work. Hopefully all my projects are finished and a little bit more relaxed, less stressed,
more traveling,
and
would you like to have a house? I remember you had like a house project. You were looking for a house.
I would like to own my own house, but and also not in that sense like a huge place. I don't need much. Like for me, 80 square meters, 90 square meters, man. Who the hell needs to clean all of this, you know? So I don't need a big place, but yeah, for now at the moment I skip this because the principle of renting a place, I like it so far, and the how things are going on at the moment, I'm not buying a house. But how I see myself in 5 years, more relaxed, chilled, see more places.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer.
Projects finished, maybe develop more at work as well, get further. Yeah, somewhere there, I think.
My answer would be something similar. I would like to also have a place, and during the last few years I've met so amazing people around the world, here and also Australia and also in Finland, and I feel like I want to give something back to the world because I feel like I have got something. I've got a lot. I would like to have a place in Finland, not like a house, but like a summer cottage. But I feel currently that I would like to have a place here too. What I would like to have in my place, I would like to have like a one room for to make like a silly studio like this, and kind of like that there's a lounge and you can do different kind of stuff there. That's something I would like to do. And hopefully I get to interview more cool people like you and maybe Björn from ABBA. The silly thing is like it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy, but like you said, like no one's coming to save you. You have to do everything yourself. So it makes me ultimately curious that okay, if I continue doing this kind of stuff, what kind of people I get here also to interview.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident when you develop, and of course you learn through the process. I mean, I think now I'm the 5th person. Just imagine what happens when you add the 50th person. So you develop your skills, you develop the way of leading the conversation, and like getting out the cool topics, and I think then can make it.
Yeah. How do you think we have done? Was it a good conversation? Of course, it's an interview. I don't want to talk too much. I know what I'm doing, but I want to hear what you.
I think I'm pretty confident. I mean, now for me, it's like okay, there's something on my head, but I don't feel it that much anymore.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
That's good. I
would say so.
I think it has went like you had a work day, and I did like I was at the office like 13 hours today, so it's still going okay. And we have been here 1.5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Yeah,
it's funny because I can see next to the mic levels here, I can see like a clock going on like this all the time. Yeah. So I can check like how we are doing, The one question I want still to answer to is, if you could change something from the past, what would it be? Not hit that spike mat on the police. Police chase.
No, I tell you, this was a lesson at the end.
Yeah.
At the end, it was a lesson to be more patient, because I was complaining at my parents like, there's not tomorrow. I want to do a driver license, but you have to sign this stupid paper. No, just wait till you're 17. No, I cannot. The thing is, my birthday is on the 23rd of January. And this was the 8th of December. So I was that impatient. I'm always impatient.
Yeah, just like
I want to do it now.
Months, yeah.
Now. So, but at the end, it showed me, okay, you should be more patient. And also it showed me, okay, look, man, there could have been so much stuff wrong. But this is why I would say, okay, this I don't regret. And this was more of a learning process. So this I wouldn't change.
You dodged my question like a politician.
Maybe I see myself there in 5 years, you know?
Yeah.
No, but what I would change.
And you can
there's
you can
not
take
one particular
you can take the
thing.
perspective, like is it good or something? You did something bad and you want to make it, turn it to better and undo your decision, or do you want to do just something better? And you can decide that perspective for the answer.
When there's something in a positive way,
Yeah.
I don't see the need to change it, because it's already affecting positively my career or my life in general. So I would keep it old school and just try to change something bad. I don't have a specific moment where I would say, okay, there I really fucked up, I need to change this. There are similar things. So first thing is, I wouldn't buy so many cars. Like all the cars that I had, I wouldn't just buy it and keep the money on the side and buy something else.
What would it be?
More Clio 6 involved.
And those are more than a car.
Yeah, what I can clearly say, this is sticking out now a bit more. So my first lap ever, I did on the test week in October.
And when we are talking about laps, we are talking about doing a lap on the Nürburgring Nordschleife.
Yes, but in general, it was also like my real first lap there. So, and before that, I was always not finding excuses, but I think I was just not secure enough to say, okay, look, let's go. I was always like, I don't have the correct brake pads. The car's not in the perfect state. And at the end, man, I just went with too much horsepower in the rain, my first lap, with completely dead tires. So, and this is what I regret a bit, or that I would change in that sense of, okay, I should have just go for a lap much, much earlier, maybe even with a Twingo. So, because then, this is just my perspective, when you're a car guy or interested in this, in motorsport, motorsport activities, you do a lap on the Nordschleife, you're screwed for life. You just want to do laps. And eat meat. Oh, sorry. And go traveling.
And become a politician. Björn Hebach, is there anything else you would like to talk about? Is there something that, like, I tried my best to find like some areas from your life that we could talk about and ask questions, but is there like a kind of like a undiscovered area where we didn't go at all?
Yeah, I guess so, but then we are getting cancelled. I cannot talk about this. But so far, no. As I said, I'm pretty humble. I'm pretty easy. So most of my life was cars. Like even when there was a relationship, and once I had to basically choose. I was working on my 16 valve in the garage. She was complaining.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you want now? Like, I want to do this. I told you. Yeah, but at the end, you are like me or the car? I looked at her. Okay. I just went under the car again. Yeah. What is your answer now? Was this not enough or what? Like, I stick to the car, ciao. So, but no, I think that we covered a lot, and the rest we cannot talk about.
That's good to hear.
This is for late night.
One last question for you: is there a car event you would like to go to where you haven't been? Car event, race, or
yes,
I, don't know,
I would
meet
like to see Le Mans, 24 hours. I would like to see 24 hours of Spa, which is basically there.
Next, yeah.
But we always have to work then.
Yeah.
Always 24 hours Nürburgring, which is peak for me, because you have the festival feeling on the side, and randomly some people are doing a race there, but for me it's more the vibe, the atmosphere, the people there. It's just insane. Goodwood Festival I want to see, and some rally races. Formula One I'm absolutely not interested. The other classes not even.
Hopefully I get to invite you one day to see the Rally of Finland.
Yes,
it's usually early August or late July. I think it was 1.5 weeks ago. So see you there.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. And then maybe we met Björn from ABBA.
There. We have to go to Sweden for that one. Do some ice racing and meet Björn Ulvaeus.
Exactly.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you.
Oh, far away.
So,
cool. What do you think? How was the experience?
Man, I tell you, when you give me a topic, I can talk.
You could be a salesman.
Can I?
Yeah, I can go. Maybe we should change roles or something. I go change tires or something. Someone just shows how the machine works, and you go to the office to answer the phone and sell something.
Man, also today with the guy, man, the German bloke there who showed up.
German bloke who showed up.
Serena got a phone call from that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Then I had to talk to him while I was gluing in the windows from Kim, and then he showed up in the office. Then I went upstairs, and easy. Also, man, when I talk German on the phone and Andreas next to me, he cannot stay normal. He's always pissing himself because I have this. It's the German language that I have and that I learned. It's very floppy. It's easy. It's like, man, I don't give a shit. You have this authority thing. You don't say du. Normally you say to sie. Man, I don't fucking use this. Even so, the police officer who pulled me over here at the Nürburgring, the first and the last time, I mean, for now, man, the first thing that I told him was du. Because, man, he's just probably 3 years older than me, maximum. When he's not even younger than me, I don't know. But
actually, there's one. I don't know who was it. One. Well, our friend Seb or someone who showed me some German memes or from YouTube, or I had a look from YouTube. This brought me one of the good videos to my mind, and there was like one guy, and the police were raiding his apartment or something. And the guy tells the police to fuck off, and then then the police were like, "What did you say?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, fuck off, please," or like.
No, you were saying. I think it was du Arschloch, and then he was saying what?
Sie Arschloch.
I'm sorry, Sie Arschloch. They went inside again. Awesome.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, this is peak entertainment German memes.
All right. Time to wrap this motherfucker.